Hey everyone, it's time to get our bodies ready for a great workout with this wonderful warm-up. We're going to start nice and easy with some more money, our favorite workout, because we love more money. I like to do this with my palms up. You can actually put your hands in a couple different positions, but the whole point is that you're going to rotate your thumbs towards your backside. And I'm going to turn around. When you get to the back, you're going to do this big squeeze, and we're really looking to move those shoulder blades in your back close to each other towards your spine. It's really important because they get kind of relaxed if we're sitting in a chair, and they don't engage anymore. Now I'm going to do a cat-camel, very similar move with our shoulder blades, but first they're going to spread apart from each other as I press forward, and then I'm going to bring my elbows back and squeeze those shoulder blades again. And then we're just going to repeat this motion. When we sit still and things like our shoulder blades don't move around, it kind of causes our other movements to not be the smoothest, so we can get something like shoulder pain, our necks can get tight. So when we do this in the warm-up, it's going to get that whole range of motion ready for you. The last one. All right, let's take it nice and easy and do some neck rotations. I'm going to put my hands on my hips because I never know what to do with them. But we're just going to rotate very gently in a circle here. When you're doing anything with your neck, you're going to just go as gently as you can, get a nice stretch, but don't ever push it further than it feels comfortable. And switch direction. As we all know, sometimes we wake up with a slightly stiff neck because we've slept a little weird. Or if we've been looking at a computer screen, our neck kind of starts to come forward. So we just remind it where it should be going. All right, now I'm going to stick my arm straight out and get some shoulder arm circles. Call it shoulder because really most of this movement is kind of come through our shoulders. And reverse direction. Make sure you are not too close or you don't whack anyone coming around you. Careful, guys. All right, that's a good start for our upper body. We're going to go to our lower body and go ahead and get some squats. I'm going to keep my hand at my chest, bend at my knees and my waist. Just come down nice and gently. I'm trying to keep my knees. I think I have to think about pressing them out because here is usually very tight on. It's tight on me and it's tight on most people who spend a lot of the day sitting. So to prevent my knees from coming in like this, when I go down, I have to think about keeping them out. And if you can't quite do a squat or you can't get too far, don't worry. You can do a little marching in place or not squat as low. And last one. All right, let's go all the way down to our feet. We're going to do some calf raises. This is, well, the name says calf because we're using that muscle to extend our foot and lift ourselves up, but that movement is coming through your ankle. That's another joint that we sometimes neglect and it gets stuck in a certain place. And we do use our feet a lot, so it's important to, anytime we move a joint, we're going to bring in fresh blood, we're going to bring in fresh oxygen, and it's really healthy to keep everything moving right. And if you start to lose your balance, it's very normal. Tap a box next to you or a wall. Whatever you need to do is great. I'm going to do one more. All right, I'm going back into the upper body. This time we're going to do an open book thoracic rotation. So I'm going to stagger my stance, take my hand, put it at the top of my head as a pivot point, and I'm going to just rotate my elbow out in an arc. And then just like those moves we did earlier, I'm going to try to squeeze. I'll rotate a little bit here. Kind of pull my elbows as far back as I can to get as much movement as I can in my shoulder blade. We like this open book position with your hand at the top of your head. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides now because it kind of keeps your arm in the right position and you don't don't go too low, you don't go too high. You can really just focus on that shoulder blade, hopefully moving toward your spine in the back. I want to try to balance it out. I think I got like 2 more. Hard to count and talk at the same time. Last one. All right, well done. We're going to get some movement in our hips and do some high knees. So the knee's going to come up, and I'm just going to let the leg fall down. Going to alternate leg to leg. This would be a great position to get your knee up to, but if you don't quite have the balance or you can't quite get that high, you can just kind of step up a little bit, touch your knee back to the ground. Anytime we go up onto one leg, you're always going to be testing your balance. It's a very good thing to test because if we don't use it, we might start to lose it, and we want to be able to use it if it becomes necessary to balance in our regular lives here. Not just your gym life, regular life. And just like our ankle stuff and all the other stuff we've been doing, we're getting some nice movement in our hips as well. All right, now we're going to go into our good morning. So I'm going to bring my hands up here, engage my upper back, and send your butt backwards. And then stand back up. Unlike our squat, we're not really bending so much at the knees. A little soft bend, but all of this movement is coming from sending your butt and hips backwards. So you kind of fold like a book. But the book doesn't close that far because all of our hamstrings are really tight, and this is about as far as you're going to get. At the top of this move and at the top of most moves when we move our hips around, you can squeeze your glutes. That's really the main function of the glute, is to stand up straight and keep us up straight. Squeeze your glutes. And our glutes are our biggest muscles, so it's really important to use them, tell them that we're going to use them, and make them work, like you're going to do in your workout. And we're going to get one more. All right, we're going to just do a couple kettlebell swings here. You're going to pick up this really heavy kettlebell in the middle. It's a very similar move to our good mornings. We're just getting a little bit more speed. As we come up, squeeze your glutes. Think about taking this invisible kettlebell and launching it as hard as you can straight ahead of you. That's going to be the ideal movement. It's really good to generate a little bit of speed here, a little bit of power, because just like balance, that's something we all need to practice so we can keep using it throughout our lives. And we've just got 5 seconds, and 3, 2, 1. Last kettlebell swing. Great warm up. Have a great workout.